results are finally back in from 23andMe, so I get to share with you guys today my results. I know I used some clickbait to get you guys in here, but the truth of the matter is that I do know who my father is, and actually the test really confirmed that he is my dad, or at least I don't know if that could, maybe my uncle could. Let me stop. Anyway, so it confirmed, the test confirmed a lot of the things that we kind of knew about our family. It gave us some more, there's a little bit of confusion, and why I say there's some confusion is because my grandmother on my dad's side was she was half Indian, half black. So of course I was expecting that the percentage from India, that Indian region would have been higher, but for whatever reason I have a higher European affiliation with Europe. For some reason doesn't quite add up to me, because you would think that if my great grandfather was Indian, then I would have obviously a higher percentage, and then in order for that other percentage to be higher, that would mean I would have had to had an immediate relative within the last couple of generations be from the European region. So there's some questions there. I know it's not my mother's side, because my mother also did her test, and in her test it showed that she had like a really small percentage of European. I think she was like, actually my mom was like 4 point something percent, and then I was like 3 something percent, right? No, 7%. Yeah, 7. I want to say 7. I'm gonna read the numbers for you guys, because this is gonna get confusing for me to like try to get the numbers off the back of my head, especially with my kids screaming in the background. But yeah, I'm gonna go over my results with you guys and show you what 23andMe came up with. So either these results could be actual results, or they either went on my Facebook or something and compiled the data from some. No, I really don't know. I hope they didn't do that and these tests are actually real, because it kind of coincides with my mom's test, and they did come back up like, boom, this is your mother. So let's see exactly what was on there. Let me get me my handy dandy laptop over here and go over the results with you guys. My kid's gonna keep making noise. This is one thing I've decided to be okay with, and if you're not okay with it, this probably isn't the channel for you. But I decided to be okay with the fact that my children, who are toddlers, are gonna make noise. And we're in COVID time. I'm not gonna drop them off to my mother's house just to make videos. So let's get to it. So let's log on to 23andMe. I was surprised that the test results actually came back this fast. They actually estimated that it would have come back March 15th, but they worked pretty fast. Only thing I could think of is that a lot of people aren't taking their like a little additional money to buy DNA tests. They're probably getting like lobster or something more important. But yeah, let's see what is here. So I'm actually gonna pull this up big. You're not gonna see me anymore. I'm gonna just pull up the screen for you, and you can see what I see. So I did the Ancestry and the health and traits test. So for my Ancestry, it says that I have one close relative, which is obviously my mother, and 1,500 relatives. Of the 1,500, there was only one person that actually turned out to be my third cousin. I'll get into that later. So I'm just gonna pull up my mom. I'm gonna pull it up together with my mom. Pull it up together with my mom's wait. And the cool thing about this is, like, once you find relatives, you could connect with them. It's almost like a Facebook for like family, like actual family. So you call it like family book. So it's like family book, and you could like message people and just kind of put the pieces together and figure out who's the daddy. I haven't built any relationships with anybody on this platform. I've only been on it really for like 3 days since my results came out. But I hope maybe, might find somebody, that I click with in a family, and that would be real cool. So here it says my ancestry composition is 86.4 Sub-Saharan African, which makes sense because the idea is that a lot of the slaves in the Caribbean came from Ghana, right? Or the Sub-Saharan area. So for me, on my side, I'm 78.5 West African, 49.2% Ghanaian, Liberian, and Sierra Leonean. I don't know why that's all like lumped up one. 26.5% Nigerian, 2.8% broadly West African, 7.6 Congolese and Southern East African, 6.9% Angolan and Congolese. I am 0.3% Southern East African. I'm actually kind of sad about that number. Not sad, but I just like, for some reason, I've always had like a connection with, like, I don't know, anytime I see anything with like Botswana, Kenya, South Africa, anything in that area, in that region, like I love it. Like, especially now, like I'm into that, all that. Actually, I'm also into like Ghana and Nigeria as well. Like everything, even before it became popular, I was like literally staying home just watching African movies. Before they even became popular, I would just watch African movies. So I went through that phase where I liked everything from Nollywood. Then I went through the phase where I liked everything from Ghana. Then it was like a little mashup with the two of them together. Anyway, I'm going too much into my little fanatic behavior with Africa. Anyway, so yeah, I was surprised to see that I was only like 0.3% Southern East African, broadly Congolese and Southern East African, 0.4% African hunter-gatherer, 0%, which makes no sense because my mom is 1.8% and I'm 0%. I don't know how this is calculated. Broadly Sub-Saharan African, 0.3%, and my mom's 0.2%. So I could only think that my dad is the other 0.1% that gives me the 3. Anyway, European says I'm 7.5% European, and my mom's 4.4% European. I know that makes sense because we do have at least like one white grandparent, great grandparent on my mom's side. We're aware of that. But my dad's side, as far as I know, we don't have any European or white family members on that side. Like anything, like, and if it was, it's like somebody got married to somebody, but not directly related. So I'm asking family members more about that to kind of understand that European part. And then 0.7% East Asian and Native American. And that is coming 3.9% of that is Central and South Asian, 3.9% Central Asian, Northern Indian and Pakistani, 1.7% Bengali and Northeast Indian, 2.0% Northern India and Pakistan, 0.2% broadly Central Asian, Northern Indian and Pakistani. I don't know. And then, like, let me look back at the European side. The European side is saying 5.1% Northwestern European. And then 4.9% British and Irish. 0.2% broadly Northwestern European. 2.1 Eastern European. Yeah, the numbers. And then Western Asian and Northern African. Sorry. So that's 0.3% Arab, Egyptian, and Levantan. I can't read. Y'all know I can't read, right? I don't even know how I like get a master's degree and all this other stuff. But yeah, apparently I'm 0.3% Egyptian, 0.6% Northern West Asian, and 0.6 Anatolian, 0.1% broadly Western Asian and North African. I don't know. I'm gonna research more about these places, and the good thing about this is also they kind of tell you at what point in time your family had close relatives living in these regions. My mom, on my mom's side, I was think I was gonna get a more higher percentage of African, despite only having, like, as far as I know, having like two great grandparents that are from a different region. So I thought like most of my stuff would have been from Africa. The European part is really throwing me off on my dad's side. It's crazy because like my uncle told me, like, when I was going through this journey, because of trying to figure out who I am, it really started with my spiritual journey. I did the baths. You know, in Suriname culture, we do like these baths. I did the spiritual baths. um I started researching names and people, and that was just like one part. And then this was the other part, which was like, you know, the biological part. And each part that I'm doing, I'm getting answers and I'm getting confirmations of the information that I've found before. Um, it's a little scary and it's a little exciting at the same time. And then here we have my ancestry timeline. So if you go back to 1720, that's the as far as back as it can go. It says Native American. I don't know where that comes from. Then it says Egyptian from 1720 to 1840. I had I guess close relatives living in Egypt. Southern East African from 1720 to 1840. British and Irish 1720 to 1840. uh, Ashkenazi Jewish from 1720 to 1840, Anatolian from 1720 to 1840, Eastern European from 1750 to 1840. And then this part, which I already knew, was Northern India, Indian and Pakistani from 1780 to 1870, Bengali in Northeast Asia, India, sorry, Northeast India from 1780 to 1870, Angolian and Congolese from 1840 to 1900, and the Nigerian from 1870 to 1930, Ghanaian, Liberian, and Sierra Leone from 1900 to 1960. Everything, I don't know, it kind of makes sense to me. This basically says like, you know, you most likely had a second great grandparent, third great grandparent, fourth great grandparent, or fifth great grandparent who was 100% Bengali and Northeast Indian. That I knew. But the Eastern European thing is just throwing me off. It's just getting me to a point where I could ask more questions. All in all, I was able to find at least one other relative that was a close relative of mine besides my mother. This relative lives in the Netherlands. She confirmed to me that her grandfather's last name is Durham, so is mine. So I'm assuming that is the relationship, but you never know with Suriname. It's just a weird thing. It could just be like marriage. That's not really the dad. They just give the last name. There's a lot of digging to do, but I'm happy that I have some answers and some confirmation about who I am. Just got to keep digging. I'm waiting for the MyHeritage results to come in, and if those results are similar or close or the same or has more information, I'll be even happier than now. If not, then I'm gonna have to question both companies or the information that I was told so far. But so far everything seems to check out. I'm just happy to have answers.